Hello and welcome back to Crash.net's weekly debate series. I'm joined by our F1 editor Luke Smith, and this time we're going to assess the situation at Mercedes and regarding their seat next to Lewis Hamilton. Currently Valtteri Bottas has got it and is coming under a little bit of pressure with Esteban Ocon and George Russell waiting in the wings. So what are we at the moment with the Bottas, Ocon, potentially Russell situation? Is there a front runner in this, or how's it going?
Well, Toto Wolff gave the latest updates in Hungary, and he said that he was still wrestling with himself as to who he would put in that seat. One thing he has made clear is that it's a two-horse race between Valtteri Bottas and Esteban Ocon. He said he didn't want to burn through George Russell too quickly, so was wary about rushing his promotion. So we know, it's an Ocon-Bottas fight for that seat. We know that both of them are very, very qualified. Bottas, the incumbent there for 3 seasons now. Very strong start to the season before things tailed off a little bit. Ocon, one of the best rated youngsters in Formula One, but without a seat this year. So again, some question marks over his suitability. And I think it's going to be a very, very close call between the two of them. Toto Wolff clearly is not 100% set on either one yet, I think. So we're going to have to wait and see what they decide.
And how much can Ocon do in his situation? I mean, he's not in a race seat at the moment. He can't demonstrate his credentials. What's his situation at the moment?
I think the big advantage that Ocon's got is that if Mercedes don't use him now, then they're probably going to lose him, and that is something that Toto Wolff is very worried about. We know that he rates Ocon very, very highly. He helped save Ocon's career back through 2014, 2015. So although he's not been in a race seat this year and has only raced with Force India and Man in F1 so far, I think he's done enough to show that he is in the hunt for that Mercedes seat. And ultimately if Mercedes, they don't take him on for next season, then another team will come and pick him up, be it Renault, be it Haas. He's been linked to pretty much everyone. So I think it'll be hard for Mercedes to hang on. So I think that's the big thing working in Esteban's favour.
Yeah, and like you alluded to there, as it is a potentially title-winning race seat, as we've seen for a number of years, it's going to have big implications to the rest of the grid, given how it will shuffle down. For example, if Ocon is unable to get the seat, who's going to be involved in this shake-up?
Honestly, I think probably everyone except Ferrari and Red Bull. I think they're kind of Ferrari are set, Red Bull I think are sort of within their own little world, and otherwise I think everyone else is kind of waiting to see what Mercedes do before then taking their decision, because a driver like Ocon, very young, very hungry, highly rated. We know Renault have been after him for a few years now. If he doesn't get the Mercedes seat, are Renault going to come in? How would that then affect Nico Hülkenberg's future? Where would he go? Then you've got the Haas situation where a change is looking very likely for next year. Who comes in there? And there's all these moving parts. I think it's really, really interesting. And although that I think the driver market, people are looking more ahead to 2021 and they don't want to commit too early, I think you do have everyone kind of just waiting a little bit now. They just want to see what Mercedes do. Once that first domino goes, though, everything else is going to fall into place.
It certainly seems that way, hence why we've not had a great deal of movement in the driver market, apart from McLaren so far, who have just confirmed their 2 drivers. But like you say, as soon as this one starts going, everything's going to start rolling into place very, very quickly. So we look forward to see how that goes.